over time you build up limiting beliefs within your subconscious, and you start believing that and acting upon that. Something I learned from him was the secret sauce to business is generosity. I think a lot of reasons. A reason, well, in my belief, I mean, we talk about generosity and money thinking as well, and it's always great to speak about money, because it's very easy to to explain, because you can actually count it. But a lot of reasons people tend to not be able to live in abundance is because of limiting beliefs about money.
100%.
And it's exactly the same with anything else. You've got a limiting belief that's been stuck subconsciously because of how you grew up, how you've been raised at school, at church, at various places. And nothing against any of those places, but I mean that there's certain things. You as a child had big dreams, and somebody actually knocked you down, a teacher or somebody told you, but your dreams are stupid or are crazy. And over time you build up limiting beliefs within your subconscious, and you start believing that and acting upon that. So I think one of the reasons is definitely your limiting beliefs on whatever subject might be the issue.
Hi, Jasper Basson here. I just wanted to remind you about the Daily Entrepreneur Tips series. It's a business growth series for entrepreneurs and contains financial information and also information to grow you as a person and your business, because we will never grow our business any higher than we grow ourselves. So click on the link below and I will send you daily information to grow you as a person and your business, and it's for 365 days of the year.
How do you know the difference when something isn't working or something won't work? Like when do you know to stop and try something else versus pushing through? So kind of, how do I know I need to go through this, or I actually need to pull back and stop what I'm trying to do? So it's kind of also, do I need to have grit or not?
Right. Well, I'd say, like, you know, if I think what he's trying to say, like, you know, do you continue just to persevere, you know, at all odds, or do you really, you know, take a step back and, like, you know, change it? Well, I'd say, you know, it depends on, like, the results. You know, if the results, like, aren't there, you know, for whatever reason, for like a prolonged period of time, let's say, then it makes sense to not really, you know, push the rock continuously up the mountain if the rock is falling on you. You know, so I'd say if the result isn't really there, if you're not really seeing anything, then it makes sense to just kind of like pull the plug and kind of like disengage.
I agree. I think that, and also when we kind of, I believe that's something I lived by for the last almost 2 to 3 years, is to what is really giving me joy, what's giving my heart and soul joy, and do I need to do something to kind of, must I just push through and have grit to kind of get through something, but it doesn't deliver me any joy. And then if that's the case, if it doesn't deliver me any joy, then scrap it and let's kind of refocus.
My grandma was very well. My one word is generous. I lived my life through quite a number of various aspects around generosity, but my grandma was generous, and she was also always kind of sell stuff. And I think it pretty much came from her, in the sense of I saw her doing that in small things, selling rusks and whatever. So I grew up, started doing newspapers, delivering newspapers, and later the Huisgenoot, the U, and all kinds of things, and later selling biltong and chocolates and everything as I go along. And then that was a good old days before technology. and then further on, my real big business was really that in 2010. It was really a constructive kind of business that was formed with another partner, and then obviously we had that big failure. And then since then, especially through Lead Optimizers, my other company that we generate business leads for other entrepreneurs in Africa, we start forming various close partnerships with these entrepreneurs, and to really empower them in also trying to become better entrepreneurs. And our function is really branding, generating obviously niche market leads for them, and also mentoring, taking the last 20 years and really mentor them. So our side, we work on the business, not in the business, but we give the entrepreneur the opportunity to work in the business and really expand their business and get them also to a point where they potentially can work on the business and not in the business, and also have them a stake in the business for value in the future, so they can start earning a monthly income, but also more importantly, they actually start generating a capital or a pension for them for later in their life. I've got a saying these days that I also affirm to myself, but generosity breeds abundance. And that's so powerful. That's exactly what you just said. There's an American business spiritual gangster. The CEO is Ian Lopatin. And something I learned from him was the secret sauce to business is generosity.
Wow.
You can never give too much. Yeah. So something I also talk about a lot is the more you give, the more you'll receive in abundance back to you. So my journey started really after the first failure. I got into I've become a student of the work of Robin Sharma mainly, a few other people as well, but Robin Sharma mainly. And a lot of his work is regarding inner work, and your inner work obviously shows the results in your outer world. And I basically started, one of these big things are the 5 a.m. club, right? As early riser, and I know you also an early riser. I saw some videos that you jog in the pitch dark, black night. That's basically my time that I started. I think maybe I must run you through my morning routine, because I think during that you will find a lot of the nuggets that you maybe are looking for, and we can kind of delve deeper into that if you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine.
So my morning starts at 4 a.m. And it ends at 6 a.m. So it's about a 2-hour slot that I take for myself in various developments. I try to work on mind, body, heart, and soul. So all 4 that items come together for potential successful, or at least successful, strive to your best version. So my morning before starts with the night after, or the night before, and really we're trying to not obviously not go to sleep too late. I do affirmations, visualization just before I go to sleep, and also just as I wake up. And I found that to be a very powerful tool for me. It might not work for everybody, but that definitely worked a lot for me. It's something that you really just influence your subconscious mind, and you start vibrating certain energy to attract certain things. So really worked for me, but it's very effective the last 10-20 minutes before you go to sleep, and the first 10-20 minutes before and as you wake up. Further on, I like meditation. I do a lot of journaling. I write down a lot. When we start having scattered thoughts and we actually put it down on paper, a lot of things that we do becomes clearer. And it might be financial planning, it might be something that's on my heart that's either good or bad. Gratitude works a lot for me. To be great, just be grateful people, grateful people are happy people, and happy people create successful businesses. So just be grateful for the small things. I think especially during lockdown, it was very powerful. And then I do various things, online courses, read a lot of books, especially, I mean, obviously dedicated to personal development in various fields. Currently, I read very spiritual kind of books to really boost that side of my soul side of everything, to do the deeper work. And then half past 5 to 6 I do heat training. I like my heat training to really get my body going for the day. It really sets my day up. So I do various heat the bath kind of training every day. And then lastly, at 6 a.m. I do a cold shower every day. Cold shower has been very, very good for me. There's obviously a lot of health benefits from that, but I think mostly it was for me to conquer my fear to every day to jump in a cold shower. So it's really subconsciously built that kind of behavior and thinking of every day, go out and be out of your comfort zone, do difficult things, do things that scares you. So that's basically my morning routine that really serves me well for the last at least 3 years.
Nice. And I like the fact that you said there that, you know, you do the cold shower because you know that by the time you have to do the cold shower, your mind will work against you. Your mind will say, do I really have to do this right now? And it's about following through on your commitments. And that's how you develop discipline. That's how you develop the confidence to actually win throughout the day and throughout your life. Because you know that even if I don't feel like doing something, I'm still doing it. So all these things are setting you up for success, like you said.